In this video, we're going to do a word problem that is about trigonometry, or you may call it Sohcahtoa. Now, there's no picture for it, so we have to draw a picture for this one. A wire 100 feet long is attached to the top of a radio transmission tower. All right, so I'm going to draw it in this direction. This is my tower. This is the radio antenna, and that's a little thing that blinks red that they usually have. It's kind of, let's make that red. All right. A wire 100 feet long is attached to the top of that tower, making an angle 30 degrees with the ground. Okay, I was waiting for that. So there's some point on the ground, and you have this 100-foot wire that is attached to the ground, and it's making an angle of 30 degrees with the ground, right? So let's show the ground. 30 degrees with the ground. How high is the tower? So they want to know this part. And then they want to know how high is the tower if this angle is 35. Interesting. All right, well, let's just do part A over here. So you have to remember Sohcahtoa. And if you don't, well, shame on you. No, just kidding. That's okay. All right, so sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. Tangent is opposite over adjacent. Now, if you want to know where on earth Sohcahtoa came from, you should definitely, well, look at my other video in the description, which I will put up soon. So with respect to this angle, right, by focusing on this angle, we have to label the size of the triangle. You're also assuming that this building is not the Leaning Tower of Pisa. It's actually making a right angle with the ground. So that's an assumption that you have to make when doing this. Well, now that you have a right triangle, let's label the sides. The side opposite the angle, well, that's the opposite. The side opposite the right angle is the hypotenuse. It's also the longest side of the triangle. And then the side touching the angle or next to the angle, well, you have two sides next to the angle, but one is already the hypotenuse. So that last side is just the adjacent. All right, now we have nothing for the adjacent. We're not trying to find it or anything. So we're not looking at that one. We need to use the opposite and the hypotenuse. So which one of these uses opposite and hypotenuse? This one uses adjacent. This one uses adjacent. This one uses opposite and hypotenuse. So sine. So it is sine of 30 degrees, right? If your calculator is done in degrees, you may have to change it to degree mode. Not may have, you should. If you're going to use the calculator. If not, you should use the unit circle. So sine of 30 is equal to opposite, which is x, over hypotenuse, which is 100. Now, I know that sine of 30 is a half, but if you did not know that, you could just type it into your calculator and get that number. Or look at a unit circle and hopefully you get the number as well. All right, so I am just going to, how do you get rid of that 100? Well, you multiply both sides of the equation by 100. Some people like to say cross multiply. I don't, because cross multiplying is not a legitimate thing. It's a shortcut. 100 times 0.5. Well, when you're multiplying a decimal by 100, this means, this is my times, by the way. When you're multiplying a decimal by 100, all you have to do is move the decimal 2 spaces this way. And if you don't know that, again, that's fine. Just use your calculator. Nothing wrong with that. So 50 is equal to the height of that tower. Now, that's actually the height of the tower with the antenna. They never said, they never really specify how long is the attachment. Okay, making how high is the tower? Yeah, they should specify how high is the tower with the attachment to that pole. Okay, so well, this is that overall height. Shame on this question for not specifying. No, seriously, don't judge anybody, not even the question. Shame on no one. How high is the tower if this angle is 35? Well, it'll be the same exact calculations, except you'll have to use 35. Now this one, you may not just know, hey, this is a half, right? So you actually have to use a calculator for that. So let me write a little bit cleaner, a little bit clearer, just so that hopefully my software over here could figure out that that's what I'm writing. Sine of 35 degrees is equal to x over 100. Now let's see if my software would recognize this. Please do it, because I do not have a calculator in front of me. Yeah, I'm a baller like that. I don't use calculators when I'm doing math. Let's math it. Sine of 35. Evaluate it. Okay. It is not in radian. This thing is in radian mode. I need to change it to degree mode. Let's see if I could put a little degree symbol there and do it again. And if you're wondering what software I'm using, I'm just using OneNote, Microsoft OneNote. I really like the software. Okay, there we go. Let's math it. 35. Oh no, let's fix it. Okay, whatever. Let me just get a calculator and do sine of 35. Getting my phone. I am turning it sideways. I'm using an iPhone, so you have to press 35 and then sine. And I got more, slightly more than 0.5. I got 0.5735. So let's do that. Whoops. Let's change back to pen mode. 0.37. Sorry, 57. 0.573. I'm gonna stop at this number. Now this is a 5, but the number after that 5 was a 7, so I'm rounding it to a 6 here. Is equal to x over 100. Again, cross multiply. I didn't want to say that. Just multiply both sides by 100, which means I just have to move this decimal 2 spaces this way, which gives me approximately 57.36. So it just gets a little bit taller. I don't know why I wrote x there. Something's not clicking right now. And that's it.